Hello everyone, my name is Mike Albano, Director of Communications at Chevrolet. Really appreciate you all taking a little time with us, coming down to Disney. For some of you coming down to Orlando, period, and then others joining us at Disney for an exciting couple days for us. General Motors has a long history with Disney. When Epcot opened back in 1982-84, General Motors was there. We were part of an experience there. Test Track opened a few years after that as a General Motors property, and now, as you all know, tonight we'll reopen Test Track as more of a Chevrolet property. Why Chevrolet? A couple of reasons. One, we think that Chevrolet, the DNA of Chevrolet as an American iconic brand, really matches the DNA of Disney quite nicely. Two, Chevrolet is a global brand. And as you probably experienced if you've walked Disney any time recently, they get a huge global audience. South America, Europe, many of these folks come over to experience Disney World. So it's a perfect property for us as well. Perfect experience. So big year for Chevrolet. We've got 13 launches in 2013. 13 new products. So it's going to be an intense year for many of us. Question in the back. I love it. I'll take it. This is like those NFL commercials. I'll take it. My favorite color is purple.
What do you got? What's your question?
Favorite animal is a sea turtle.
What's your question?
Doesn't fly. Traverse doesn't fly. Was that the question?
Not yet.
Exactly.
Good point. Good point.
That's when I infiltrate
So-
Soren.
What he's probably going to ask is, what are you doing next week, Mike? And I'm going to say, we're launching a new Silverado next week. Huge launch for us. A month after that, we launch a new Corvette. Another huge launch for us. But one of the 13 is the Chevrolet Traverse, a very important vehicle in our portfolio. One that's done quite well since its launch a few years ago. And we've got some of the team here to talk to you about the new Traverse. And then you'll get a chance to, after lunch, you'll get a chance to actually drive it yourself. So with that, I'm going to turn it over. I hope if I can operate this correctly. Yep, there it goes. To Maria Rohr. Maria's Marketing Director for Traverse and a few small products.
Well, good morning, everyone. Thanks for coming. You know, it's really no mistake that we're here at Disney because over the last couple of years, we've established a very close relationship with Disney, and we are also in the process at Chevrolet of recrafting our overall experience through our dealers and ultimately through our customers. So it is no mistake we're here at the Animal Lodge. You've got some other fun activities you're all going to go to tonight with Disney at the Test Track, so enjoy. Today it's all about Traverse, but I'm going to let my counterparts here talk to you a little bit about Traverse. I'm going to just talk to you a little bit about Chevy overall. As Mike said, we've been on a tear the last few years and basically have pretty much revamped our entire car lineup. And this today is about showing off our new Traverse that you're going to see and experience as well. But a little bit about Chevrolet. We are a global brand. I'm not going to give you a ton of corporate speak. We've got some kids in here, so we'll keep it on a very family level. But just a little bit about our global history. We have a global brand that's just like Disney. Disney is a global brand. And somewhere in the world, we are selling a vehicle every 6.4 seconds. We're in over 140 countries worldwide. And Chevrolet is our biggest volume maker, is our biggest brand. It is 50% of GM's volume worldwide, and within the U.S. it represents 70% of the volume. So Chevrolet is GM's main brand. It's the main profit and money maker for the company. And we are on the road about 73% of the world's roads. So very significant brand worldwide. And then we're heading towards 2 million in sales, and Traverse is bridging about 80,000. So, you know, that's as much corporate speak as I want to give you guys for the background on Chevrolet. On Traverse in particular, Traverse is a family vehicle. You'll see that. It seats between 7 and 8. And who is it for? It's really for this customer that's sitting right back here. You know, it's for you and your family and your kids and your kids' friends and all your things. Your families are active, you're on the go. And what we're finding in a vehicle like this is that it's really started to become a second family room for all of you. You know, a lot of the activities that you do to come on in, to enjoy yourself with you and your family, to interact and talk with your family, to entertain yourself in a family room, we're finding because of your schedules, you are doing all of that on the road and you're doing it inside vehicles like the Traverse. So we see the increasing amount of family time being incredibly important, and when you're spending all that time in these vehicles, it needs to be comfortable, it needs to be inviting, it needs to be entertaining, and Sue and Mark here will talk to you a little bit more about that. And it's also a car that needs to be safe and responsible at the same time, and a great choice for your family, and I think it absolutely does that. So what we're showing you here is that this interior is really fantastic in how we've completely refreshed this interior. It's an inviting interior, and it seats between 7 and 8, and it's not just 7 or 8 with half of it being just for small kids. It's 7 full-size adults, up to 8 passengers if you want, if you have a bench seat in the second row. So you see that here we've got 7 full-size adults and or grown kids. And then from an entertainment perspective, the inside is extremely inviting. From an entertainment perspective, we have our new Chevy Mylink, and we're going to talk to you a little bit more in detail about that. Being connected, having the right infotainment, having the ability to link up all of your devices in the vehicle so that you can make that ride more entertaining, more inviting is a big part of traveling with your family. And then safety is paramount. You know, we've got a standard rear camera because you have to be able to see what's around you. Your cargo inside is too important for you not to be able to see what's around you, and watch out for that. But what we are bringing you on Traverse is an industry-first side airbag. You know, we have our regular airbags between the front, the side, and curtain, but we're bringing you an industry-first with the side airbag that comes up in between the 2 seats, so that if you happen to have an impact from the side, it will deploy so that the 2 of you don't knock together. So we're really excited about that, and Sue's going to talk to you a little bit more. So that's me. We'll be around all day. We're going to be driving with you. At this point, I'd like to introduce Sue Eckel, our Chief Engineer on Traverse.
Thanks Maria. Hi everybody. I'm going to talk to you about one of my favorite babies, and that's the Traverse. And I know I see you laughing. And we'll go a little bit more in depth into what Maria talked about with safety. I'm going to show you some before and after pictures, what we had in 2012, what we're going to in 2013. And when we developed this vehicle, this Traverse, the guy sitting right back here is who we had in mind. You got to have your family. Yeah, I'm looking at you. You know, you're going to put your family in this, right? And I put my sister's kids in, all my nieces and nephews. It's going to be safe, right? It's going to drive nice. You're going to be able to get on and off the freeway. It's going to stop when you want it to stop, go when you want it to go, and it better be safe. And then after that, then what else are you going to do for me? How are you going to make me comfortable? How are you going to entertain my kids? How are you going to make it easy for me to haul my stuff around? So kind of consider that here. The price of entry is safety, and it's going to do all the things you need it to do. Then what else are you going to do for me as you look at the difference between 12 and 13? So when you look at the exterior here, athletic, more expressive, you're going to see more chrome. You have chrome, we've got the dual mount grille, iconic of Chevrolet. We've got new headlamps, new front fascias, fog lamps for the first time on Traverse. So stylish and safety related. Here's the 2012. Okay? Just take a look at that. Look, where is there any chrome? Is there anything that looks cool? And then you look at 2013, and you can see much more attention to detail and much more expressive. New headlamps, grills, wheels. For the biggest change, I believe, is on the back end. And in 2012, which you're looking at right here, it kind of looks, you know, okay from the back end. Almost could even, you know, don't say the word minivan, but it actually could maybe think you look like a minivan. And that's kind of a, it's not a 4-letter word, but it's close. You go to 2013, and the taillights pop. There's chrome over the license plate that's now up into the lift gate, off the bottom in the bumper area. Exposed dual exhaust. Chrome that goes all the way around the windows on the side. We call that the DLO, the daylight opening. So much more attention to detail. And once you kind of say, hey, the exterior looks great, let's go on the interior. This is where the biggest change is. And those of you who have ever driven a 12, it's nice, but it had maybe some little plasticky feel to it, and a lot going on. In 2013, everything is soft. The entire instrument panel, the doors, they're all soft to the touch. We've got separate panels between the upper and the lower. There's live stitching in there, really sewn on a sewing machine that really is, you just look at it and you say, hey, this is more than I expected. This is really great. Along with that is a class-leading cargo, 116 cubic feet with the second and the third row down. You can fit 8 people. And if you consider me a full-size adult, maybe this way, but not necessarily this way, I fit in the third row great. I love sitting in the third row. So it really can fit regular-sized people. This is the 2012. Okay, look at 2012, and there's 2013. So if you go backwards, this is where the most dramatic change is. The center stack area, the radio, bigger, brighter. Mark's going to go into the Mylink and all the connectivity that we've got. Okay, what's really, really, really important is safety. That's one of the pillars for Traverse, one of the pillars around Chevrolet, but particularly in this segment and with who we're carrying around. And the price of entry, we're a five-star from NHTSA. IIHS top safety pick. And above and beyond that, we're really proud to introduce this industry-first center side airbag. And the center side airbag, as you can see in between the two dummies, it'll come out when you're in what we call a far side impact. So you're driving through an intersection and you're driving and somebody hits you from the passenger side, just T-bones you. That's a far side impact. The first thing that's going to happen to you as a driver and your passenger is you take that impact, you slide this way, right? You're going to slide to your left. The curtain airbag comes down, you're fine. Physics tells you there's an equal and opposite reaction. Once you go this way, you're going to come back towards the center. And when you do that, you're going to end up banging heads. And what I just want to tell you, hopefully I can run this. This is going to be a quick... Yeah, can you do that? It'll just kind of show you, this is with the bag. And it's pretty dramatic, and it's something that you parents and kids should see, because this is really what happens in a crash. And that's just that's the NHTSA, so that's the government side pull test. That's what we have to validate to.
The color on the bottom is where the head hit.
Yeah. And that bag comes out, and it kind of looks like almost looks like a donut or a happy face, and that's specifically designed to make all the right contacts when the two passengers come together. And if you're just driving alone in there and you get T-boned, that's going to prevent you from even going farther over, so there's less neck extension. So it's pretty dramatic. And now I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Clausen, who's going to talk to you about Mylink.
Well, good morning, everybody. Mylink is our umbrella brand for connected radios. And when I mean connected radios, it's really using smartphone technology to connect to internet to provide you entertainment that's currently not available in our family of radios. So first I want to point out that this 6.5-inch color screen is standard in every Traverse. No longer do we have a monochromatic screen. We've got this full color, high definition screen. The connected element is an optional feature on Traverse. When I mean connected, basically what that allows you to do is take your smartphone, you pair it. You can pair up to 10 phones in any Traverse. Your phone contact lists are replicated in the radio screen itself. So once you pair your phone, you don't have to touch your phone ever again, so another good safety element. You use the radio, touchscreen, the steering wheel controls. We've got voice recognition with natural speech. So all you have to do is hit the button that says push to talk, either on the steering wheel or radio faceplate, and say call home. And your phone will dial your house through the radio. There's microphones in the vehicle, sound comes through the speaker. You can obviously transfer that back to the handset if you want to. That's one good element. But the other neat thing about being connected, if you've got a smartphone with Pandora or Stitcher internet radio, this Mylink system will connect that capability and replicate what you would normally see on your smartphone on the radio faceplate itself, so that you can control your Pandora stations that you set up. You can do a thumbs up, thumbs down, you can fast forward to the next song. So it's basically giving you internet radio in your vehicle as another source of entertainment. Also, I just want to show you the various screens. The home screen, those with the big icons, very familiar on your tablets. You can move these icons around. So if you want the ones you use most often on the primary screen, you can move those to wherever you want them to make it more convenient for you. You can see in the lower left there, that is what your screen looks like while you're in a call. You can see the total time of the call, who you're calling, the phone number that you're calling. In the upper right, that is a Pandora screen. So when you're playing the Pandora internet radio, this is what the screen looks like. It looks just like it does on your tablet if you're playing Pandora on a smartphone or a tablet. And then here in the lower right, that is your phone menu. You can call up a keypad so you can dial directly on the screen. You can call up your contacts, either listing them alphabetically by scrolling through the screen or just using the push to talk and saying the name of that contact. The phone will begin to dial. So with that, I don't want to spend a lot of time in here because really this is the kind of feature we want to show you while we're out driving. So we'll have a vehicle set up with paired phones that you can obviously experience this for yourself firsthand. All right. So with that, I think I'm going to turn it over to Odie or Mike for some final comments.
Yep. So, like as Mark said, we really want you to try out the Mylink system today while you're out there. Take some time to play with it. Please try not to try out the side airbag system. that would make it a bad day. We like good days around here. So with that, we've got lunch ready out back. Or out and then come back in here and eat. We'll eat and then we'll head out and do some driving. And Odie will be back in a few minutes to give you more directions on the driving. So.
Can I ask you one question? We came in a little late. Sorry if we missed this, but did I see on one of those screens something about a park assist feature?
Yeah, we have a couple of park assist features. We have the rear camera.
Yep.
And we also have what we call rear park assist.
Yeah, what is that?
Ultrasonic system.
When you put the Traverse into reverse, on your radio screen, the rear camera is going to pop up, and you're going to see some guidelines, and they're going to be green, yellow, and red. And as you back up, if you get close to anything, it will get a little icon that will come up like an exclamation point, and it'll beep at you. And you can, as you get closer and closer, you go from green to yellow to red, and then it really beeps at you and says, hey, you're about ready to run into something. Stop now. There's also cross traffic alert. So you're backing out of your driveway, you're backing out of the supermarket parking space. Anything that starts to come at you, you'll get a beep, you'll get an icon that says there's something in your cross traffic. It will, you can see it in your camera, but it will really assist you when you're really in a tight parking spot. It's great. Or when you're backing out of your driveway, somebody's walking the dog. It'll pick that up as well.
Do you know what the effective range is of that? I mean, is it short range?
No, it's short range, but it's about depending on what angle you're at, it's up to 30 feet. I mean, it can pick up folks in the next driveway at my house when they're walking the dog. If I'm backing out, I get them picked up. We also have side blind zone. So you get an icon that will come up if someone gets into your blind zone. If you're on the freeway or you're on a more than a 2-lane road, you'll come up and you'll know that there's someone in your blind zone, either left or right hand side.
Is that in the mirror?
It's in the mirror,
Okay.
correct. It's in the mirror when you have side blind zone. When you don't have side blind zone, of the electronic side blind zone, you get a, a blind zone, a spotter mirror. So there's a mirror within the outside rear view mirror that allows you to look at an angle in that mirror to see who's in your blind zone. So you either have it electronically, and you'll get a little icon that'll say blind zone, or you can have a spotter mirror that'll essentially do the same thing. So that's it.
Any other questions?